There it is. Now, to get out of that cycle of frustration, of falling back into our unhealthy habits day in and day out, the answer to that lies within and is inspired by our planet Earth. Because opposing the millions of people living on Earth who fall back into their cycles of frustration, there are also millions of people who lead extremely healthy lifestyles. They eat well on a day-to-day basis and they work out. They take care of their bodies. Now, the key point to remember here is that we are all human beings. We share very similar chemical, physical, and biological compositions. If they can do it, then I can do it, and you can do it. You as well can escape the cycle of frustration and lead a much healthier life.
Ramadan is considered one of the great months to break our bad eating habits. So what we eat outside our fasting hours is considered really crucial to our health. To have the full benefits of fasting, we should keep our mind, or we have to think about the type, the quality, and the quantity of food that we eat. So diet actually should be simple, not a feast, and shouldn't differ from our daily routine meals. So diet that has less amount than what we usually eat, but sufficiently balanced, is recommended, and yet will keep us more active and healthy to fulfill Ramadan. So what is a balanced diet? To define a balanced diet, we need to include the main food groups. So what are exactly the main food groups? We need to consider putting into our meal poultry, dairies, grains, and making sure to include veggies and fruits. So by combining all of these, we have a balanced diet in each meal. So in Ramadan, we usually eat 2 main meals. So what is the healthiest and the best pattern to eat anything in Ramadan is we need 2 meals and 2 snacks in between. But we need to focus about what exactly in those meals and snacks that makes us, well, healthier and better performing in Ramadan. So let's talk about now suhoor, or the pre-dawn meal. So once you think about suhoor, you need to think about a long-lasting energy meal. So what we exactly mean by that, you should consider 3 main things when we say any long-lasting energy meal. Starting with, first, foods rich in fiber. The second thing we should consider is a whole grain meal or items that can nourish our meal. Thirdly, we should consider supporting it with proteins. Protein will fulfill the diet and will keep us satiate. Don't forget, the main thing about suhoor, you should consider your hydration. Hydration is one of the points that is really important. Make sure to be hydrated during the non-fasting hours, so we can guarantee that during our fasting we're well hydrated. To avoid losing water and to avoid dehydrating, make sure to avoid caffeinated beverages. And shouldn't be avoiding them completely, because in Ramadan we usually tend to drink a lot of coffee and tea. So by minimizing the numbers of coffee drinks, because they're considered as diuretics. So what is diuretics exactly? We tend to lose our water from our body because we take a lot of caffeine into it. So to summarize all of that, we should consider eating more fiber, supporting our meal with protein, and make sure to eat whole grains. Hydrate and reduce your caffeine beverages. Just now we talked about suhoor or pre-dawn meal. So let's continue and be more focused about iftar since it's the main meal and everybody is just waiting to have this meal. So let's focus about what we can do to improve our health and food variety, quality, and type of food. So usually we break our fast with dates, and that's really just not a traditional thing we do, but it has a lot of great benefits. Dates are considered fruits and they are high in minerals as well and fiber. So they're a really good option to break our fast. Support them with a cup of water and a bowl of soup. Make sure that your soup is a water-based because we need to have the benefit things out of vegetables and more hydrated. Avoid carby or creamy soup options. So taking 10 to 15 minute break is really important and it really adds a lot to your diet. So having a break will help us have more satiety, feel more satiety, as well as being more controlled in our portions in the iftar meal. So let's go exactly and talk more about what kind of options or let's say bad things that can influence our iftar meal. Really not great. Things we need to avoid. First of all, deep frying. So deep frying usually is really well common in Ramadan especially because we usually tend to fry our kubas and sambusa spring rolls. So another matter is very well common in Ramadan is we put a lot of sugary drinks and fizzy drinks. So the best thing to do is replace them with water or any dairy product. It's really well healthier and it will keep us more full. So what are the healthy alternatives? Steam, use steamer, grill your food. Use air fryer. It's being the trend now and it really makes your food more crispy and nice. Dry fry them. Use those alternatives and it will definitely change your meals into healthier matter. So in the end, make sure that you don't focus on your body weight, rather on the behavior that you gain out of this Ramadan month. And it is changing your behavior into better alternatives, better methods of cooking your food, eating better, practicing more, focusing on the portions. And this is what it matters the most.
How strange and beautiful is it that this planet Earth, this one big rock, is home to billions of people around the world. Now, as the Earth rotates around itself and as it rotates around the Sun, this cycle reminds me of a cycle that billions of people go through every single day. It is the cycle of frustration. Frustration as we try and change our habits, mainly our unhealthy habits. We make promises to ourselves every single day to eat healthier, to work out more. Yet day in and day out, we find ourselves falling back into these bad habits. We fall back into the cycle of frustration.